Hey, you guys, this your girl Shawnee Mac. So, first, before I get off into discussing anything, I sincerely want to say this. Mainly to the people in the city of Detroit, Wayne County area here in Michigan. I am sick, sick, sick. And if when I am not sick, I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired of y'all shit. This doesn't make any sense. How in the world we have something this serious going on and everybody is still laughing and everybody is still making a joke about something about people literally in hospitals. People are literally losing their family. People are literally losing their lives. Young, old, babies, everything far few and in between. People are going out of here being plucked out like fish in the sea, seriously. And it's okay for a little humor here and there. We gotta laugh to get through the hard times. I'm not tripping about that. But what I am tripping on is there's no way y'all can sit here and tell me that y'all still have not met or known anyone that has been a victim to this virus that has been going around. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. Because maybe it's not registering to you guys how serious this situation is. Okay? Because y'all don't know who's operating behind this. Y'all have a little idea, y'all have a little clue, but y'all really don't, okay? Because I keep telling you guys, like I do on my channel, there is a top person, a top entity to this whole situation. Okay, so in this video, because this is gonna be part one, probably part two, maybe three, I don't know. However long it takes for me to do these videos, I was supposed to have got these videos out sometime last week ago, something on the lines of that. My apologies to my subscribers. Everybody been busy. I mean, to be honest, it's been a lot actually been going on my end, not in a negative way per se, but just, we all have our children. We gotta cook. We gotta make sure the family is good. But everybody's screaming and crying, oh, I want to go out. I can't wait to get out of my house. Make your house a home. Or that is something that you should have been doing initially before any of this stuff like this has ever begun. Okay? Because it could be a whole lot worse. You could be in a hospital away from your family. Okay? Where you're not able to see friends or family or anything. It could be a lot worse. You could be in prison begging to get out right about now. Okay? Some people have actually gotten released out of prison or jail or whatever to that effect. It could be a whole lot worse. You could be dead right now, not even being able to complain. But I don't think the people in the city of Detroit is really taking it serious. I mean, it's getting worse and worse. Like, our numbers are exponentially growing at this point, more than anybody in the nation. I mean, I know the state of Michigan is a pretty big state and it's a lot of people here. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not blind to that. But however, I mean, it's real bad when I go in grocery stores and I'm seeing even the seniors is like really panicking. They're on edge. Then you have seniors who actually still working, cleaning down buggies and stuff like that. This is the Meijer that I go to. I don't know about everyone else's Meijer and what everybody else's Meijer is doing, but the one I go to, they are, they're being sanitary cautious. Now, I just had to say that. I had to get that off my chest, okay? Because this is just getting way out of hand and we should not be at this point where we're like children and someone has to enforce people to calm the fuck down, sit your butt still, and just ride this out for a few weeks, okay? So people can get back to normal, okay? It's not that hard. If you got food in your home, you got internet, you got everything is in some degree is being fashioned to where we are able to stay at home. Like, there's no point of crowds of people meeting up at parks. Like, y'all are straight retarded. Then y'all want to bring y'all behinds around other people. Y'all want to come visit people. No, stay. I'm not accepting visitors. I'm not. Okay? But people already know how I roll anyway, so ain't nobody trying to come over my house. No way. But the point is, y'all need to sit down and chill. And that goes for other people in other states if y'all feel this way as well, because selfishly and stupidity is what you guys are possessing right now. And it's ridiculous. This really just shows the nature and the mindset that you guys have. And the sad thing is some of the people that is being inconsiderate of others are going around people who are very vulnerable to this virus, okay? So I'm going to break down today. I'm going to show you guys exactly what this virus is about. what it is and who's operating behind it all, okay? Because see, before you guys think this is all natural, this is spiritual at the end of the day. And I know you guys saying, oh, well, you know, the coronavirus, I mean, it's literally happening and people are actually dying. Yes, I know that, okay? Because see, we don't see the spirit realm, okay? We only can feel it. And what I mean by feel is what we are experiencing, our phenomenon, okay? We are expressing that through reality, okay? We can't see our true selves, which is our spirit, which we share two different types within our human body, okay? And one of them is self-destroying the other, okay? You know, the very thing that you guys are doing in reality right now by like stealing all the toilet paper. And I know you guys purchased it, the paper towel and stuff, but you're stealing it because you got elderly people who can't get up and run out the house that fast. You have people who may not have had finances or the means to buy anything until a certain dollar amount or whatever may have hit their account. And then when they go out to go buy stuff for their families, they don't have any. But y'all want to go and sell toilet tissue in Canton, Michigan for $60. I'm glad that cop got your behind. You deserve it. They should have locked your tail up. But right now, them are petty crimes or whatever, but I'm sure they'll deal with you on a later date. You got police officers, you got doctors, you got nurses, you got people that's working in these fields that are here to serve and protect to whatever degree that their job upholds them to. And they are too getting sick because everybody's being careless, feeling like, oh, I can't help it. I gotta go outside and want to go crazy. Well, open up your window, okay? Open up your blinds in your house. Get some sunlight, get some fresh air pushing through that boy, okay? If that makes you feel better. But you don't need to go out the house right now. Now, I understand there is some stuff that is going down, and I will too be showing that to you about what's happening right now, okay? And this is just really the easiest way for them to get it done because it was kind of hard for them to do it with everybody out and about and seeing everything and doing everything. When you got everybody on the inside and confined, you can move around, put stuff up, and do whatever it is that you want to do, okay? So, with that being said, let's get into this video.
So, they called me, they say, so, madam. They said, what's going on with this new world order? They said, can you break it down? Can you explain to us about this new world order? We all done heard about the new world order, but do we really know what the new world order is about? Honey, somebody don't want you to know that they want you to get the fucker out. Somebody don't want you to know that they got some plans for you. Okay? And who is that somebody? The powers that fucker be. What happens when you got murderers that run the fucker world? What happened when you got thieves that run the fucker world? They gonna want something. I said they gonna want more of something. And what they gonna want more of? Control. And the control is over your ass. Don't get it twisted and tangled. I said don't get it twisted and tangled. Now I really want you to get this. I really want you to get this tonight. Check it out. If my mama and my daddy was prejudiced, and I ate at the same dinner table as my mama and my prejudiced daddy, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be prejudiced too. Now I ain't making this no prejudice message tonight. I'm just keeping it real. And if you don't like when somebody keep it real, see your way out the fucker palace. I said 9 times out of 10, if you got prejudiced people, you gonna be prejudiced too. Check it out. Listen to this. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time to explain this right here. I said 9 times out of 10, if I got a prejudiced daddy and he part of the Ku Klux Klan, I'm gonna take my son to a secret Ku Klux Klan meeting and I'm gonna teach him. Okay, I'm gonna teach him what goes on in these meetings. Now we know if it's a Ku Klux Klan meeting, we gonna talk about putting a hit on the fucker hood, on the black folks. And then when I get old enough, I'm gonna be worse than my motherfucking daddy was. I'm gonna make sure I take down multitude of black people. I'm going somewhere with this tonight. I said I'm going somewhere with this to fuck a night. Who am I speaking about? It ain't no secret. I said it ain't no secret who Donald Trump daddy was. So it shouldn't be a secret who Donald Trump is. This the same little boy who sat at the dinner table with his prejudiced daddy. Okay? But the only difference now is this little boy done grew up and he done became the fucker president. Donald Trump, the fucker president. Huh. And now that I'm president, I can kill who I want to kill. I can play mind games on people. I can set innocent people up and make them believe, guess what, that these people are guilty. And why can I do all this? Because I am the fucker president of the United States of the fucker America. That's why I can do this. Whew. I want you to understand this shit tonight. And you living on the land that I own. That's why I can do what I want to do. This place ain't our home. I said this earthly place ain't our home. We're just here for some time. Okay? And everybody got an appointment that they can't miss. Somebody say, well, what appointment is that? Think about it. That appointment is your death date. You can't just set no alarm for your death date. Oh, I'm going to get up and go now. When that death alarm go off, you got to go. Hello, some fucker body. Catch that on fleek. I want you to think about this. I said I want you to think about this.
Come on, brothers and sisters. Y'all know how we do. Let's crack our Bibles to Ephesians chapter 6 and 11 to 12, all right? It says, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, so you guys need to understand that we are definitely dealing with spiritual wickedness, definitely in high places. If you haven't understood that, understand it now. Like I told you guys, there's a hierarchy in this whole situation that's going down, and it is called the New World Order. Every politician, your favorite celebrity, musician, anybody that is in those circles, that goes to those big award shows, that is going to anything that is publicized on networks, they are all a part of this agenda, okay? Every single one of them, okay? And if they are blind to it and they're new to the whole game, trust me, they're going to find out real fast what they signed up for. Now, while they're distracting you with all the constant conflict and who's daddy and this and sugar mama and up that, it doesn't matter, because our flesh, like I tell people, this is our vessel and we're sharing it with the underworld. Okay, if you guys don't understand that the underworld is real, you're going to find out that it really is. Just check a lot of my videos out where I break a lot of stuff down when it comes to that, okay? You are destroying yourself. And it is definitely starting with what you see and what you hear. And so you have to do your own due diligence when you are listening to people on platforms. I'm going to get off into about 5G as well. But what I want you guys to do, even after you look at this video, I have go to your Google search engine, type in the name Shani Mac Blog Talk Radio, okay? I have some episodes up on Blog Talk Radio where I did this a couple years back, where I talked about 5G. I talked about the sea and the sea life and stuff that was dying, and, you know, scriptures, everything is backing it up. Go check it out, okay? All of this stuff is taking place and it is coming to pass, okay? And these are the people that they put at the top to rule over us, the little guys, okay? They know that they have so many different traps and distractions set up for us all. But while we're stationed, we're at home, and they're out there, we know what they're doing at this point. I had this video I want you guys to listen to if you haven't already heard it before. And if you have, just fast forward past the part. That's fine. I don't care. You know, you don't have to sit there and listen to it. But this video, this actually is an audio clip a friend of mine sent to me some weeks back. I have known about the coronavirus since like last year. Once again, stuff I don't talk about on my social media platforms anymore, because like they used to just like ban my stuff, flag me, get me blocked off Facebook for some time. Like just silly little petty stuff. Just erase yourself. Like, I'm going to still say hi to you like I tell people all the time. I say hi to y'all all the time. Doesn't mean we have to agree and have the same views. That's okay. I don't have an issue with that. But, you know, for those who know, if you've listened to those episodes that I have on Blog Talk Radio, then you know I'm not making this up. You can go right now. It'll tell you how long ago it was. And I'm sure it was around way before I got hip to finding out, because they have patents on these things. And these patents have been around for quite some time. You know, you can go check out places like TruthStream Media, for instance. I'm gonna leave links to certain people's channels in the description box. I'm going to try to remember, and I want you guys to go and check out their YouTube channels and stuff or whatever. I'm not gonna, me personally, I'm not here to steer you guys in the wrong direction. Take what you need, take it for what it is, digest that, go look into what they are talking about so that people can start waking up, okay? Because see, now souls are getting snatched before people can even say, Lord, forgive me. You get what I'm saying? And these times are vital. And like I said, pardon me for being late with putting these videos up, but let's just get into this next clipping.
Hey, you guys, just wanted to give you a crucial update. So my cousin that works for the Pentagon, my aunt that lives in D.C., and my friend that works for the government in Knoxville, between last night and today, I've had 3 people notify me that has not been announced yet, but the U.S. is about to go on a 4-week quarantine, which means you cannot leave your home. You can't go to anywhere that you can do sales transactions like grocery stores, shopping, movies, anything like that. So in about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, they're going to announce this shutdown. Once the shutdown is in place, or the warning, you know, everything from the grocery store is going to be cleared out. At this time, it's critical that you stock up on canned goods, frozen foods, things that you'll be able to survive off of 2 weeks from, or 4 weeks for. Toilet tissue, paper towels. It's bigger than just Clorox and bleach. You got to be able to feed your family.
Okay, so as you guys heard her, as you guys see now, I told y'all I had that audio clipping weeks ago when I was supposed to have did my video afterwards with something. Don't matter. This stuff already took place now. Okay? Now, I don't know who this lady is. I don't know who she knows. But she was dead as accurate, okay? When I say I had that audio clipping for about a good 3 weeks before they shut anything down, I was still going to work at this time. And my best friend is the person that sent it to me. And she kept saying, Shani, you need to talk to them. You need to tell your subscribers, share this video, you guys. Okay? Don't forget to hit like so that way it can filter out there, because the least likes I get, the least my information is going to get spread. That's how this works. Now, if y'all want to be some little haters and just little trolls and evil for no absolute reason, you don't even know me, but you just hating. I'm in the words of Richie Boston, like, share, subscribe, or don't. You know, just keep it moving. You know, all of the other stuff, it's just not necessary. Everybody has a job to do. This is mine. But all of this stuff has taken place. They have wiped out the shelves, as I have already discussed in the previous video, in this one as well. All of this stuff has taken place. And like I said, I've had this video the audio clipping for a few freaking weeks, okay? And people have went crazy. Like I told you guys in the beginning of the video, the elderly, they're very anxious, they're crazy, they're fighting people now, like, just to get certain things, you know. Just, you guys are being over excessive. And if you didn't know, Costco did send out and let people know, those who brought a crap load of paper towel and tissue and stuff like that, once this is all over with, you cannot take this stuff back into the stores because of the coronavirus. So you will be stuck with a substantial supply of toilet tissue. So at least that's one thing you don't have to worry about purchasing. If you're nice and generous and you have the heart that you do, give it out to people, okay? So, like I said, our body, you guys, back to that. Our bodies, we are sharing, okay? This vessel, this temple, this human body, this flesh that we have, we're sharing it with the underworld if you have not been converted. And what I mean by converted, those who go to church on a regular and those who may not go to church on a regular, but you guys know about being saved. And that means being one, not dualistic like we're sharing right now, the W system, Okay, now you guys don't know about that. You guys got to go over to Jonathan Kleck's channel. I will be using some sound bites from, well, I'm gonna show you guys. You get what I'm saying? But this is very real. This is what's really going down, and it's definitely attacking people's bodies, and it's taking people out before they have the opportunity to even ask Lord for forgiveness. That's scary. That's something that we all should do on a daily basis, is ask for forgiveness, because we do things knowingly and unknowingly. And we try it. We really try it. And like I said in previous videos, that the Most High Yah having grace on us is a grace period. At every grace period, there is an end to it, and I want you guys to understand that not only is the hierarchy of this world, aka we call him Satan, Lucifer, the great dragon, whatever name you guys have for him, the Baphomet, Baal, need I carry on? You guys get the point. But yeah, this is his world. He runs the show here, and he has all permission to seek those who he may devour. Matter of fact, let's get into that scripture so you guys can understand this a little better, because I don't think a lot of people really understand. And I know y'all about to say, oh, well, Shani, does my family member of this person or the child and things like that? Y'all have to understand, like you guys said, that this is all willed by the Most High Yah. Please understand that Lucifer gets all of the things that he can do and cannot do, and it has to be approved through the Most High Yah. That's why it says whom he may devour. So he may be able to, okay? So this is why we have to be careful on how we do everything, how we move, how we treat people. All of this isn't just, oh, I'm going to walk outside, I'm going to get sick, because people are recovering from it. They could be asking for forgiveness. That could be a lesson being taught. We don't know 100% as far as it comes to the individual, but we do know for a fact now, there is no joke out here. People are seriously getting sick, and a lot of people are dying, okay? And it's more vulnerable and susceptible to people who already have pre-existing conditions. This is something that I have noticed, and I'm sure you guys have at this point, because every day new information is coming out from people who are experiencing it, who has already went through it, and they're telling you guys this. Now, also for the record, I want you guys to know that there has been articles put out over in China. Couple people at the time when I did get this information have caught it again after they have been cured from it. They caught it again, okay? And I'm sure you guys seen the video footage of people deliberately spreading their germs on stuff. Like I just looked at yesterday, where a grocery store had to literally throw out $35,000 worth of produce because some lady walked in there and coughed all over the produce. That's a wicked individual, okay? Now, I know you guys thinking, well, yeah, it's got to be, because what person in their right mind? Exactly. I told you guys we share this body with more than one person. Well, more than one spirit, okay? Put it that way, because a different person, I should say that, yeah, because a different personality comes out, everybody knows they have a good and a bad side. There's no doubt to that. There's no arguing that. That isn't just one system body, because a one system has a one mind, and it doesn't have a double mind. It has, it runs off one. This is when you are truly converted, okay? That's what that means. Now, the only person that can will and have all control of both sides is the Most High Yah. So I want you guys to get where I'm going with this. Yahusha is on the good side. Everything that he does is just. And same thing over here with Lucifer. However way y'all want to flip it. He's willing the bad side. He gets his orders from the Most High Yah, what he can and cannot do. Seeking whom he may devour. He's looking because he's the accuser of the brethren. Let's get into those scriptures. Let's get into them. Okay, brothers and sisters, we already know what time it is. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. And it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And let's go to Revelations chapter 12, verse 10. And as that reads, we're going to go all the way down to 11. And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in the heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Who's ready for that? Okay, and so as you guys can see right here, what you guys are looking at, that is the Vatican. Yes, the Vatican, okay? I'm sure you guys are familiar with what it looks like at the top, but you guys never seen it in that kind of way. And when Jonathan Kleck, who is an artist who the Most High Yah has used to spiritually bring things forward, I got this from his show notes. You can look online. You can just put his name in, as you guys see at the top corner. I mean, at the top in the search engine, and look at his stuff. It's in his show notes. I think that's someone who's really able to be the best to break down exactly how the spiritual world is actually operating. And when I say it's so profound, brothers and sisters, no joke. Like, there's no way you can think that type of stuff up. And he will reveal a lot of things to you guys in ways that I can't even break down, because it's just that much. He has so much hours and hours of data. And I just say you guys shouldn't sleep on him. So go check him out. He has a YouTube channel as well. I will again leave his YouTube channel in the description box. Okay, and if you guys don't know what you are looking at right now, that is St. Peter's altar. That is inside the Vatican, right at the front part of the right in front of, that's the front part of the serpent mouth. If you guys go online and you guys can look at it and hit it from different angles, it's available. All of this stuff is sitting right in everybody's face. Like I said, those things are in plain sight. So it's not like it's just sitting off and it's hidden and, you know, you need to be in some kind of special club. No, you just really need to be in tune with the Holy Spirit. And this is how I found certain people talking about things that confirmed what he was showing me, because it was a lot of times where I would be like, you know, Yah, are you sure? And this is me just having private conversations with Yah. And he would just tell me to go and look at things and then put in certain things, and certain people I will pop up that I will find. This is how I found Jonathan Kleck, because the very thing that I was sitting here like, no kidding, especially when I read the book of Genesis, but I didn't read it the way everyone else did. This is why I tell everybody it is important. Get you a lexicon. Get you a concordance. Strong's preferably. Get one, okay? Because the way it is written in English is translated, you guys. This is stuff that's translated. What it means today don't necessarily mean it meant that when it was originally written. So they just find other words to express it. They've dumbed it down to a degree where it sounds like it's a folklore fairy tale, and some things are poking out and some things aren't. You have to go down into the literature, you guys. We got nothing but time on our hands now, because we are all still off until further notice. So those of you who are listening to my words right now, okay, I want you to go to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. And it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel. Where's their counsel? The Vatican. Okay, that is one whole big government thing, and every government goes there and bows down and kiss the Pope's hand. Okay, he is the victor of Christ, allegedly, but it ain't the one that you guys think. Okay, because if you guys know, like I know, that altar is not the type of altar that you think. It's a big giant sheep, which is what they think you guys are, okay? That is them mocking you when they say bah, or they're winking their eye, okay? That is a sheep. And also within that sheep, that is semen coming down from a penis, okay? And that split, that light up there, that hole is the penetration of the woman's vagina when you flip it back the other way. That's why I had the altar flipped upright and upside down for a reason. So again, it says, Isaiah 29 and 15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down, that's why I did that, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? This is why I showed you guys that, because that is exactly Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15 and verse 16. It is not a joke. This stuff is in the Bible. If you guys know what you're looking at, and you will know how to apply these scriptures to reality, because it's sitting in your face. But you guys are wrapped up in love and hip hop. You guys are wrapped up in the latest songs. Don't get me wrong. I hear what's on the radio. I bop to it, here and there if it's a little catchy, but I try not to digest that stuff. That music, it will do something to you. And I know it will. That's why I'll dab in. I'll listen just to hear what's out there. So I'll know what the heck is out here that people are listening to. It's like a wave of mood and energy that the music artists are designed. Their music is designed to be pushed out here into the population. So please don't sleep on that. And that's how they've been keeping you sleep. They have been doing the R. Kelly, they got dang on selves. And that is playing the Pied Piper. All right. Okay. All right. So for inquiring minds, in case those who want to know, you see what is highlighted and under the red. It is in Greek, and it tells you right there that the word corona means crown. Where did I just show you guys that has a crown on top of their governmental system? Okay. And that's not the only place. Every government building, when you think about it, all over the world has a crown on top of it. And you see that the crown is sitting on top of the Vatican's serpent's head. Okay. And also, an article actually from 2008 is actually talking about the coronavirus. It is Journal of Virology. So this is like for viral things. And this article says, infection of humans with the severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus, or SARS or CoV, which is what they call it today, results in substantial morbidity and mortality, with death resulting primarily from respiratory failure, while the lungs are the major site of infection. Okay, we all know this. Everybody is talking about they are actually having this issue. The brain is also infected in some patients. Brain infection may result in long-term neurological sequel, but little is known about the pathogens of SARS or CoV in this organ. Okay, so they're talking about that this whole virus is an organ. So an organ isn't a virus. This is something that is a living organism. Okay, so they're throwing the word virus on there, I guess, because it gives you a viral infection to that effect, but it's an organ. So it's a living organism. This is why when we touch things or touch people, this is a contagious organism that can go off of one person to the other if you are contagious with it. And I'm familiar with this because I myself personally, even though it's a non-contagious organism, but I have living organisms. We all have living organisms on the surface of our skin. They're not the type that's contagious and will kill people and transfer. It's no different from bacteria. So this is something that is has a level of intelligence when you think about it. Okay. So I'm going to continue to read. It says, we previously showed that the brain was a major target organ for infection in mice that are transgenic for the SARS coronavirus receptor. Now, what's interesting here is that this is an article from, let me go back and tell you guys real quick. This was from 2008. It doesn't say the month of 2008, but it is sourced from 2008. And so this has been something that's been around, like I told you guys. And they just decided to now place it out here. They have all this stuff set up because they have a new world order they have to go into place. So the old has to go out, and as many sheep as they want to go is going to go, especially those who don't listen, because see, little you know, not only do they hide their things in sight, this is them still literally telling you guys. No different than them telling y'all, hey, if you do X, Y, and Z, like unnecessarily go outside, have large gatherings. This is the shit that we put out there for y'all, okay? So Simon Says, sit down. You get it? Okay. All right. Only go out unless you have to. Okay. And this goes to show you that even with that, y'all don't know when people playing or when they're not playing. You know, y'all take other stuff serious, but y'all won't take something that's actually killing people. People that we know now are actually getting sick. Like the games are really over with because it's a living organism from what I'm reading here. Okay, it says herein we use the mice to show that the virus enters the brain primarily via the, whatever this word is, olfactory olfactory bulb. So that's a part of our brain. And infections results in rapid transneural spread to connected areas of the brain. This extensive neural infection is the main cause of death. Okay? Because intracranial inoculation with low dose of virus results in a uniformly lethal disease. So this isn't even a virus. This is a disease. Okay? Like I just told y'all how organisms work. Okay? It's either a germ or it's a disease. That's how it works. Okay? It sticks with you. This is why people be getting sick, and they'll get sick again behind this. You know, and it just breaks your body down. Like, I don't know why people are still saying they're not taking it serious, because nothing's happened to you yet. And I get it. Some people out there actually is taking heat and not really going anywhere. I get all of that. I see what's happening. And so some of you guys are saying, hey, I don't know anyone personally yet. Not yet. We were saying the same. I was saying the same thing too. I was on guard, but I was still being precautious, because on an average day for myself, I only can speak for myself, I know what I do when I'm around public people. I don't get close to them. I don't want them close to me. When I'm at work, I have an isolated job, basically, that I do, okay? And when I get on my high-low and I drive that sucker, before I get on it, I'm wiping it down. I'm sanitizing it. This is something that I have always done, even when I was an inspector. When I go and I use my tools, I'm in certain environments that's different. I go and do different jobs that require my level of expertise. I pull out my Purell. I was doing this on average. People were laughing at me years ago. Okay? Laughing at me. Even to this day, they were laughing almost up until recent. Now everybody is on the, oh, give me a white phase. Like, yes, you guys should already be doing this, because you're living around different people with different types of organisms and germs that live on their body, and they are foreign to you. So you have to disinfect, especially when you're sitting a cup in a place where you got to put your mouth on it. These things travel. Once it's touched, it's infected. That's why you guys wearing gloves, and you're touching everything else selfishly. Put it down, pick it up, put it down, and then you go and touch something else and touch something else and touch something else. And the ending result to that is that now everything is ruined that you touch with those nasty gloves that you probably had on all day. And even if you're changing them out, you can't afford to change them out that often, because supplies are short on those type of necessity things. Even the hospitals are short on those things, and they already been skimpy and scarce about it, even when you go to a hospital now, because people steal this stuff. Like, this isn't a game, okay? So they've been knowing about this for a very long time, and they just decided to put it out there. And this is something they can get to sit everybody down so that they can bring everything online. But they're doing everything slowly but surely. This is why our phones have already been saying 5G. Mine's for sure with AT&T have been saying 5G for about a good year. So when I hit certain areas, like, my signal just go like crazy. Like, I don't even get anything. And then just like literally when I came back to work in November after having December after having my child, I looked and I was paying attention to the people in the building. There was different contractors coming in, running wires, hooking up boxes, all this crazy stuff through the building, all over everywhere. And I was telling my best friend, like, I think they trying to go online, man. They throwing 5G up in this boy. I don't care what nobody say. I've been saying this for months. Now, no, I didn't share this with people on social media, because you know why? You say something on social media, they disregard it. It's nothing. Nobody takes these things serious, as we can see, until now we're seeing people actually getting sick. I know people personally that I have known and know have had this disease, and some people have died or damn near died. Okay, these are people that I actually know. Like, they're not joking. People that worked in my company have died. Literally, this is not a joke. So and this is a person that you guys are looking regular old schmeglo old shiny is telling you guys that this is very serious, because I personally have known multiples of people, because people in Detroit is reckless, and they're careless, and they're selfish, and they're ignorant as heck. Unfortunately, this is why I try to say what I say to people, because everybody think everything is a game. Ain't nobody playing but y'all. So we got to get better. We got to do better with what we're doing and what we out here finding to be what's more important than the other. Like, just your environment has to be healthy and sanitary. I don't care where you are. You know, this is why I don't like being in large crowds. I don't really like going different places and whatnot unless I'm supporting somebody. Other than that, I'm just not out, you know, like that. And I don't like being around large groups of people and you know, grocery stores and places like that. Like, they're heavily condensed. They're not even condensed. They're like very dense, not condensed, but dense with people. Like, it's just so many different energies. People move, people in your way. They act like they're the only person there. They all up in your face. Like, you know, and that's just me. But now it's like a consequence because there's so many people. And I'm going to take y'all someplace and I'm going to let y'all see this real quick. And we're going to let y'all see what it says on the Georgia Guidestones, because y'all think it's a joke. Okay, brothers and sisters, we are over here looking at the Georgia Guidestones. This is what it looks like, okay? And if you guys want to know what it says on there, it says 10 different things, like the 10 Commandments, the instructions that are given to us, which was put on a stone, a tablet, or AKA a guide stone. Okay, see, they have one as well to follow through with, okay? And this is all going to work hand in hand with what is written in the biblical scriptures. If you are well versed with the Bible, you're familiar with things that are in there. For those who aren't, this is where you come to find out what it's actually saying, okay? So their 10 Commandments is this. First one is maintain humanity under 5 million in perpetual balance with nature. Their nature, okay? It's easier to manipulate and fool a crowd of people that aren't as great as 7 billion. You got 500 million versus 7 billion. I think it's a lot easier to maintain that when you got people scattered abroad. Second one is guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. You know what that is? Okay. Now, this is just me. I'm on just nothing no one told me. This is just what my the spirit is telling me deep down inside. And we already see what's going on. I told you guys the altar that they worship. This is why they push sex so much. And this is why even with sex, they even still tell you, oh, well, it's a woman's choice. She can do what she wants with her body. That is very true. You have that option. You have that choice. That's set for you. But is it set for you or set for you? If you get what I'm saying, okay? It's a trap. So this is why we have to take the proper precautions as protective sex and things that, or abstain from it at all, is what we are supposed to be doing until marriage. And this is why we have so many broken and torn homes and families, and all of us is guilty of being a participant in this because we've been going through life ignorantly, because this is information our families did not know because it was not time. So now is the time, brothers and sisters. Like I said, that's why they're pushing Planned Parenthood so heavy. And it says improving fitness and diversity. Have you noticed that they're definitely pushing interracial marriage, which means they're mixing up bloodlines. They want a whole different type of race of people out here. Okay. They're birthing that within the humanity race right now. And it isn't the type of race that you think it is. It is the scorpions. It is the locusts. It is those are from the bottomless pit. Your evil twin that is attached to you spiritually, because majority of us has not converted yet. Okay, we are still living in sin, and we still think sin is okay, and we still think that people who are trying to warn you are judging you, which is what they are supposed to do, because it's called correction. It is called chastisement. It is called conviction. It is not necessarily somebody thinking they're better than you, okay? That is just your insecurity because you've been busted. That's it. It's not about making fun of someone. It's not trying to belittle anyone. It is because they care enough to open up their mouth and tell you, hey, that's about to catch myself. That's wrong. All right, look at me. I'm doing good, y'all. Okay? They're definitely doing this. 3, unite humanity with a living new language. Okay. Now they have these Guidestones, 12 different languages for that matter. So they're trying to have a whole one language system, which is what like America and China and Russia and all these different governments, they're trying to recolonize different places, people, things of that nature, mixing in with them, the same thing all over again to create a whole new language. And see, the new language they're already speaking. You guys don't know it. I understand it, and there are other people on YouTube, such as Jonathan Clack, most definitely understands their language, all right? So 4, it says rule, passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. You see what I'm saying? So this is why they're coming after people with faith and tradition, and they want everybody to be on one board. And it says, and all things with tempered reason. So this is them feeling like, once again, oh, well, what I'm doing is right and what you're doing is wrong. And people feel some kind of way about what people have to tell them. And they're trying to change things so that it can be illegal for you to do, so that they can come get you, lock you up, kill you, sacrifice, whatever in the heck it is that they plan on doing with you. This is their goal, and this is what they will reach, which the Bible definitely talk about. But I will get into those parts of the Bible when I do part 2. So to stick to it. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Now, see what I was just saying prior, how they writing laws, see, to them in their eyes is protect people and nations with fair laws. We know the laws ain't fair now, and they're still writing new laws, and they're way outside of the Constitution. The Constitution might as well not even be sitting up in the sitting up in the museum right now. There's no point. You know why? Because nothing is just and nothing is fair, especially when it comes to certain groups of people who have been discriminated against in a lot of these courts. So, it's not just us as African Americans. They have their reasons when they want to go after others, but we know how it rolls in America. Most definitely it's against us. So definitely not fair, definitely not just. It says, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. You see, now the world court and the head of all of this is the UN, you guys. So this is why all these nations come and they internally resolve external issues and disputes in the world court. The world court is the UN. So they're going to be ahead of this whole one world order. This is the people that's going to be running it. So people who is taking seat and taking house and scooting in and making special little positions within the UN, y'all better keep your eyes open on that, okay? Because they're following their guidebook, okay? Once again, it says number 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. This is why they're trying to do away with the Constitution, like I told y'all. Some laws are written in favor, or they went hand in hand with what the Constitution is. They're rewriting laws on top of laws, like especially the ones that the rights for like African Americans. And I'm speaking on that because I'm only going to speak on what my experience is and what I see with my brothers and sisters. So, and that's just when I say that, I mean that externally, because on the outer shell, they look like me. And on the inner, they're dealing with a whole different entity. So I don't claim that spiritual side of the ignorance that they do. But I'm talking about the physicality of things. Let's see. Number 8, it says balance personal rights with social duties. Balance personal rights with social duties. And this is why you have a lot of these people now is becoming activists. They're out here rioting, or they was heavy before this coronavirus. Y'all notice since these riots didn't calm down, since this coronavirus came on the scene and has been hitting everybody rampantly, they have gotten all these crowds to die down and calm down and stuff. So it says number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. This is why they're trying to mix in this, love is love, and you can love and date and be and do whatever you want because it's your truth. And that's who got to live with it. And you feel great about yourself. You see, and they're trying to get harmony. They're trying to get everybody on one tune with this. See, this is all being played out right before our eyes, and they have this sitting up in public view right in front of everybody's face, but it's hidden because especially black folks, like mainly, ain't nobody think about going. And I ain't saying black folks have not visited the Guidestones or knew about them, but for the most part, nobody knew about this stuff. This stuff been up since 1980. So I didn't find out about it until, the internet became somewhat of a thing. And, I started looking and I found out. I can't tell you when I found out. It's been some time now, but I've known for quite some time about them. And last but not least, number 10, it says, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Okay? You know what their nature is? You say, don't be a Cancer. Their nature is their way of doing things, okay? That's why they've been killing nature themselves and making room for robotics. And everything is going to be like a transhumanism kind of thing. This is why 5G is a major part in this. The holographic images and stuff like that or whatever. It's going to be hard. You're not going to see the animals that you're going to see now. Like, they're destroying nature in itself, okay? So they're basically saying that the people is the Cancer. So it's like a problem, reaction, solution. And that's the Hegelian dialect. And I'm sure some of you guys know about that. Look into that. I don't have time to do it on this particular video because I know it's gone for quite some time. But those are the 10 things. And I broke down, like, I'm literally seeing this happen right exactly now. And they have to do this slowly but surely. So when we talk about the coronavirus in particular, if you guys haven't noticed, everybody was familiar with initially the SARS, then it turned into COVID, and now, coronavirus, it's changed many names because it's changing its nature, I guess, with depending on like the different people that it inhabits. So like I said, we got to be careful how we move out here, and we have to be considerate of others. Just because you saved yourself today with some dirty gloves don't mean that those people that you've left vulnerable to be infected go around people that's infected, that them people come right back around and cycle back to your very own family. So yeah, you can laugh and say, oh, I'm okay. Yeah, you are selfishly, but you're not being and taking in consideration of others, because naturally, when you're touching a bunch of different things, you're supposed to wash your hands anyways before touching your face. And that's something that I've been practicing anyways. And people know if I go in the bath and wash my hands more than I use the restroom at work. That's the truth. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to leave it there at that because I want to jump into some other stuff and show you guys. Okay, brothers and sisters, our last scripture for today before we jump into our last video, and it is in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6, and it reads, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children." See how they have theirs? And the Most High Yah has his as well. That I will get off into in part 2. And 7, it says, "As they were increased, so they sinned against me." See how the population, and this is the judgment that's coming on the people. This is why they're breaking it down they want to break it down to 500 million. And scriptures also talk about how he has to come back because then there won't be no flesh on earth if they just continue to slaughter all the sheep. And you guys, we are all sheeple in their eyes. We are food, okay? For the bottomless pit. We are a food source. That's why they want your essence, your sin. They want you to keep being out here sinning because they know your essence is coming straight to the pit. There is no heaven you'll be going to when you have been wicked on the earth, all right? I'm just letting y'all know, okay? And this is why we need to get our stuff together. And this is why plagues are hitting our country and all over the world. It has been happening for years. I understand that, but they were not coming back to back as it is right now. Okay. So verse 7 says, "As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. They eat up the sin of my people." You see what I'm saying? Who is the they? We'll get into that. Don't worry. "And they set their heart on their iniquity," because they're banking on you to be an antichrist. There are many antichrists. People don't realize that they are, but they are. Okay. There isn't just one. There are multiples, millions, billions. Okay. So I just want to let y'all know, this is why this has plagued our country and people are close to us, because what we do will affect us in one way, shape, or form. Some people like to call it karma. The Most High Yah calls it judgment. And I know that's a word that scares a lot of people, but it indeed is a fact. So I just want to throw that out there for those who don't know. And this is something actually that the Simpsons predicted. And we're going to get off into talking about the money, okay? This is all tied in with the 5G. We're going to touch on this a little bit, okay? This is going to be very important. Something important is happening right now, and we're going to think, oh, crap, this happened in The Simpsons.
Now,
so check this out.
Look into the flame. Look ahead 30 years to the man you will become.
Ooh, that's me in the future?
Quiet, you're about to say something.
Check, check. Hello, Capital City.
Hologram for Bart Simpson.
Hey, Dingus, your band can play at my club tonight,
Yes!
but I can only pay you in popcorn shrimp. Smell you later.
I can't believe Smell You Later replaced Goodbye.
Smell you later.
Smell you later. Yo, it's me.
Ah! Oh, what a bleak, horrible future we live in.
Don't you mean present?
Right.
Hey, Dad, my band finally got a break. I just need a little moolah to get my amp out of hock. How about a little loan ski?
Oh, I'm tired of giving you money. Why can't you be more like Lisa?
I am so sick of hearing about Lisa. Just because she's doing a little better than me.
She's President of the United States.
Hey, y'all ready to party? Now, we'd like to play a Jimmy Buffett song, but he uncoolly charges people to cover them. So here's a Captain Bart original. Wasted once more in Deckaritaville.
Football! Get off the stage! We need more power. The shield won't hold much longer.
Lisa's the president. I'm a pathetic loser. I gotta be honest, I'm not loving this vision.
The fire has more wisdom to impart to you. In 3, 2,
1596. 1598. 1600. Sweet.
Excellent question. Yes, I am proud to be America's first straight female president. As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Now for our top international story this hour, we are examining the growing global trend of ditching the U.S. dollar. As this week, Russia announced it is working towards replacing the U.S. currency while conducting trade with African nations. Chairman of the Russia-Zimbabwe Business Council told reporters, quote, "I think it's possible to use other currencies in Africa," adding, "We know that the Russian bank VTB is planning to extend its activity in the region so we could switch to settlements in the currencies that are more convenient to the lender." This news comes just weeks after the Russian government announced it will work to de-dollarize its economy in a bid to lessen the impact of U.S. sanctions. Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke about this initiative earlier this month.
We will definitely be moving in this direction, towards independence from the U.S. dollar. Not because we want to undermine the dollar, but because we want to ensure our own security, because we have sanctions imposed on us. They don't let us work with the dollar.
And as we've discussed quite a few times here on In Question, Moscow is not the only capital looking to buck the U.S. buck. With the dollar's future in question, we thought now would be the perfect time to break down the details of this global trend. And In Question producer Kay Pritzker is here to help me do just that. Kay, let's start with Russia. What is driving this move to de-dollarize? And also, what did Russia do last month that has people a little bit concerned?
Yeah, so this is pretty straightforward for Russia. Obviously, Russia has been the target of a pretty aggressive U.S. sanctions campaign since 2014, and Russia anticipates that further sanctions might cut it off further from the international finance system. So they're stacking gold because gold has been an alternative international payment system for most of history, and they would use that to conduct international transactions instead of the U.S. dollar. They recently dumped 84% of their U.S. debt holdings. It really doesn't make sense for Russia to hold on to debt of a country that's targeting with sanctions.
Yeah, that seems to make some sense. Now, Russia did this in October, right? China also made a similar move. It's the largest holder of U.S. debt. Why is it following in Russia's footsteps?
Yeah, so China's in a similar position. Tensions between China and the U.S. have been very bad. Obviously, there's this trade war, and underlying the trade war is this U.S. recognition that China is the illegitimate threat to its economic hegemony. So in anticipation of this, China set up this petro-yuan exchange, which would challenge the petrodollar system. The petrodollar system forces every country in the world to buy oil with U.S. dollars, but the petro-yuan system would allow international investors and countries to buy oil in gold and yuan. So it's a big blow to the U.S.
That is very interesting coming from China, but its neighbor, India, making similar moves. What can you tell us there?
Yeah, so India is not necessarily antagonistic to the United States, but it's also growing closer to China. India recently joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and it's also been picking up the slack in the U.S.-China trade war. China's been cutting down on its import of soybeans from the U.S., and India's been exporting soybeans to China. So if it wants to join some kind of multilateral organization with Russia and China, it would theoretically use gold to conduct payments instead of U.S. dollars.
So we're seeing an instance of the U.S. trade war pushing a U.S. ally far away and even closer to China, which maybe is ironic, not the intended outcome of Trump's policy, I'm sure. Japan, the second largest holder of U.S. debt, sticking with the trend here, no?
Yes. So Japan is interesting because it's traditionally been a strong U.S. ally, but Japan's economy has been weakening lately, and it's been talking to China, which goes against U.S. interests. Recently, Xi Jinping met with Shinzo Abe, the Japanese prime minister, and the outcome of that meeting was a 200 billion yuan currency swap, which shows that Japan thinks that the Chinese economy might be its future. It's trying to accumulate alternative currencies, the yuan being a international reserve currency that's fairly popular. So Japan and China may cooperate economically further in the future, moving away from the U.S.
So the trend here, dumping U.S. debt and buying gold, or expanding the gold reserves. Turkey is also following China and India's cue here. Why has Ankara moved to do that? Yeah,
so Turkey, again, is in a middle position. On one hand, it is a NATO country, but recently it's been having some tensions with the U.S. There was the spat over the arrest of Pastor Bunsen, and there was also the instance where Turkey bought S-400s from Russia. The U.S. objected to that, and Erdogan really stuck his ground. He dumped 12% of U.S. debt holdings, and he also repatriated 220 tons of gold, 28 tons of which came from the U.S. Federal Reserve.
Wow. And Turkey and India, I should also mention, both made this decision to buy weapons from Russia, even though the United States did not want them to do that. So they're signaling some changes in traditional alliances. Turkey's also been working to build an alliance with Venezuela, though, which made big news recently regarding the dollar.
Yeah, Venezuela recently announced that its international exchange would no longer be denominated in dollars. It would be denominated in euro and yuan, so you can't buy Venezuelan commodities using the dollar anymore. Also, they created this cryptocurrency called the petro. The petro would be an alternative means of payment for Venezuela internationally. It's backed by gold and oil, so any country that's interested in Venezuela's gold or oil can buy some petro, and Venezuela can get commodities it needs from the international market.
Venezuela is in a position very similar to Iran, which was way ahead of the curve when it comes to making some of these decisions, moving away from the dollar. What can you tell us about what's happening with Iran?
Yeah, so Iran is obviously no stranger to U.S. aggression, and a while back they were pulled from the SWIFT system, which is the electronic payment system internationally. They were re-added to that, but in 2017, anticipating further sanctions, Iran took the dollar off their foreign and financial exchanges, and gold demand has tripled in Iran as well because sanctions have further isolated Iran from the international financial community. Iranians know that gold is an alternative means of payment to the U.S. dollar.
Well, Iran's foreign minister said very recently that he believes the trend of the world is moving away from the dollar. Let's listen to what he had to say.
The seeds, and I'm not naive to believe that this tree will grow tomorrow, but the seeds of moving away from US dollar are being sowed. And I think US pressure is the fertilizer. The age of dominance, the age of hegemony is long gone. I see a future for our region when all states in our region accept this fact and stop trying to dominate.
Very briefly, Kay, all of these countries have something in common. They're either in some sort of rift with the United States or directly targeted by sanctions. Why does this move away from the dollar make sense for all of them?
Yeah, it makes sense right now because, you know, these countries have always wanted this, but now the U.S. is really its hubris has gone beyond its capacity. It's fighting these wars in Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq that it can't finance. It's losing these wars. It's losing international respect. Well, these countries, Iran, China, Russia, are on the rise. They're forming multilateral ties. They're building diplomatic relations.
And something like that has never happened since World War II. It's no coincidence, of course, that many of these countries are also in BRICS, which are trying to build an alternative to the U.S. financial hegemony we've experienced over the last few decades. In question, producer Kay Pritzker, thanks so much for coming and breaking all that down.
Can you hold a sign?
You know it.
Want $50?
Woohoo!
Do you care who the next president is?
No.
Come with me.
Fade, fade, fade. Fade, fade, fade. I'm right behind him. Not supposed to stare at it directly, but I can't help it. If I touch it, will it heal my baldness? Oh, it's so wispy. It's a gravity-defying comb-over. I can't believe that this was once on his ass. It's as blonde as a golden marmoset, yet also gray as a long-dead donkey. I'm so jealous of all those booby women he's married. If he paid less than $1 million for it, it's a steal.
I am officially running.
No! No! Don't take me out of the ginger forest! No! Yeah. At least I'll always have this. Oh.
All right, brothers and sisters, we are back. And once again, this is your girl, Shani Mac, signing off. If you like the video, that's great. Share it, please. Subscribe to my channel, and more than likely, we'll be back for part 2. I'm gathering up more information as I go, and you know, I have so much information, so much, and it's only so much I can put into one video. As you can see, this is an hour long. It's a lot of information. Of course, it will always be brought back up with the scriptures. So like I said, I love you guys. Take care of one another. Stay indoors. And part 2 is coming shortly today. Peace.